seems to be a pretty good target, but unlike Dave at Relic Hunting Scotland, I don't find a lot of spoons, so thought I'd just note. Alright guys, I did see what it says. It says custom stainless from Japan, but heck, I don't get a lot of spoons. Spoons in good shape. Good dishwashing or two. Or 4 or 5. Cool. This is only a 50, but at this point I'm digging mid-tones, so let's see what it may be. Pretty sure it's not going to be anything too impressive, but who knows. I'm under a tree. Yep, just a little piece of foil. Well, digging mid-tones got me another nickel. Rather it had been a ring, but I'll settle for a nickel. Not much left out here in the high tone region, it doesn't appear. Taking my whole armada of detectors out here. I'm not finding much remaining. Hey guys, I want to go ahead and get this roundup done. I've stuck a few videos, or will be sticking a few videos in the front of this. Basically a few, what I call credential hunts, showing I'm out there. They're not spectacular finds, but I hope you found them reasonably interesting. And I just want to go and give this this particular, I think over the span of these 4 sessions that I show you here, this is probably a combination of 3 hours, or maybe 3.5 hours of hunts this week. This is an unusually small amount of hunts for me, but my honey deer had some honeydews, and it took all of Saturday and Sunday morning. So I did get out a chance to get a little while out in the evening and the afternoon on Sunday. So this is actually 5 or 6 days, but only 4 days of very short hunts during the week. And then I'm a man who is no fool. The honeydews take precedence. If not most of the time, all of the time. But she doesn't. She's a very nice. She's a very nice person. Doesn't do that to me often. Anyway, so here we go. My first hunt was in a really pounded park. Once again, I was working with time pressure on a day I didn't have very much time to detect, and I hit that in the evening, and it was a very small return. I got the ever-present key, and I got I think about Dave from Relic Hunting Scotland whenever I find one of these, which is rare. I think this is my 2nd spoon, maybe 3rd in almost 2 years. So it's very rare, and it looked really good. I don't know if I can get it close enough for you to really see it, but it's a very finely etched design in here, so I had high hopes, but it's kind of heavy. And then when I looked at the back, I don't have my glasses on now, but I do remember what it said. It does say stainless steel, but very nice, very nice spoon. And I was hoping that by some strange freak, somebody who was a little bit more money than the average person in my neighborhood decided to drop a sterling silver spoon from their silver set. But no, it's just a stainless steel spoon. Very nice. Anyway, very well built. I forgot that a lot of the Japanese manufacturers began to get these very ornate designs in stainless steel early, and that's what this is, a very finely wrought Japanese design stainless steel spoon. And out there was not a whole lot. Zinc. So it was going to be a pretty, well, I think that's actually a usable, but those are 2 zincs. And it's, of course, the shield penny, which is a zinc, but it's nice and shiny, so it's not a crusty zinc, so it goes in a money pile. And a nickel. I always enjoy finding nickels. So that was pretty pitiful. And then I went out, and then that was with the macro racer, but not much time, and I was just basically going down the edge of a walkway, just trying to see what else I could find there, you know, get the last few crumbs out of this area. But and then next day I went out, and then this day I went out with the oh yeah, I'm sure I went out this year with the safari, and started digging some extraordinarily deep memorials, like 7-inch deep memorials in this area. So, you know, when you go 7 or 8 inches deep on memorials consistently, and these are all memorials, then you begin to think that that whatever the sink rate or whatever happened in this area probably means that the silver and of course the Wheaties and of course the silver might be deeper still and may be almost out of detector range. But you know, so these are pretty good, like a lot of deep. I think virtually half of these pennies that I found here were 7 inches or deeper down, and the dime here. And I have to get a couple of more zincs. So, and that was another very, very short hunt. So these are one of these, did I pick the correct hobby kind of hunts? So, let me get this out of the way. And then I went out to an area that I've hit before and got very little out of that. So what I did, and the reason you see me go to safari sometime is I've come up with a theory about the Minelab machines, and they're very good at digging the last little, squeezing the last little bit out of the orange, you know, getting a little bit more out of this area. And I went into this area that had not given me anything much and did really well in a very, very short hunt. Now, the 2 quarters here, the shiny 2 quarters that came out of my pocket, that was shallow finds in a top lot. So, you know, at the end of the hunt, I said, I got to get something that'll beef this up, and bang, bang, I found 2 quarters, which is very nice when you're having a tough day. And the rest of these were just dimes. And like I say, when you go to a park or an area and you beat it up consistently, the last thing you find in it after nickels, before nickels are probably the last things you'll be starting to dig nickel signals, but I didn't dig nickel signals most of the time anyway. But so I just get dimes. That's 5 dimes, and this was like a 45-minute to an hour hunt. So, you know, like I said, the dimes are coming fast and furious out in the fields I've hit very hard. And then a couple of pennies. So dimes and deep pennies I'm hitting a lot, and very few quarters. These 2 top-notch quarters were a nice little find. All right, let me arrange the money here. Let me get the dimes over here. Only 1 nickel, so that's pretty easy. My pennies all together here. And my wonderful quarters. Quarters are really wonderful if you're having a bad day. All right. Then I went out today. This is my last hunt of the day, doing a honeydews, and my honeydews ended. I had to get back and get some stuff done. And found this. I think it's a brass fitting. Sounded very, very good. So I didn't know. I thought I might have been digging a ring there. I was getting a silver-like signal off of it, and I was running the safari because I'm trying to squeeze anything I can out of these last areas, and the safari's better at it. So whenever the pickings get tight, I go to the safari, and then I go dead slow. I'm getting better and better at going slow. That was a long, hard process for me to be able to put a detector in my hand and slow down the speed to the degree required for the FBS machines. And that's the biggest struggle for us who started with much faster machines. Even the compadre is much faster of course, I'm not saying this is deep, but it's much faster swing rating. And of course, with the Deus, it's a fast swing potential. But if you're going to squeeze the last little juice out and you'll use an FBS machine, darn, you're going to be going slow. This is a very thin, very thick insulated cable. A lot of copper or whatever in here because it really rang off good. It looks like it's rubber, but it's actually a very, very thick wire. And that was one of several. I don't usually show my pull tabs. I have 7 or 8 pull tabs that day. And I wasn't really focusing on them, but I was digging pull tab signals, trying to get a flashy piece of gold or something out of the hunt. Sort of a last minute pull out of that hunt. And Found a quarter, which was in the area that I'd hit before, and a very slow swing was successful. And a couple more pennies, and the rest of these are zinc. Okay, guys, so that's not horrible. It could be better, but I'm kidding. I'm finishing off this hunt because I'm going to enter a new generation of hunts, and I'm entering new parks. Even during my work day, I'm going to go further out. The length of my hunts will probably decrease, but I think the returns are going to increase enough to replace that, because it's going to be more commute time to the more distant areas I can detect around where I work. And it's also going to mean that my weekends, when I have time, are going to be more important in generating my finds. So, guys, I could buck and a half, buck 70, buck and a half, maybe 10, 25, buck and a half, give or take. So, not spectacular, but Mr. Coin Digger, look him up. He gives you. He not only does he do a great search, he gives you a little old time religion while you're doing it. And he's an extremely nice guy, and he told me, like he says, no matter how small the hunt, at least you're detecting. You're going out there and you're having fun. And when the going gets right, that's what you need to understand. That the hunt is the fun. And I'm a machine guy anyway, but I'm trying to get better returns on my coins, and I would love to get a gold ring. Not doing too bad on the silver. In fact, I might be outpacing my silver rate slightly from last year, at least at this point. Then hopefully I'll get that summer burst, because I will be out detecting more, and I'll get that summer burst and hopefully get a few gold pieces in there as well. In any case, this Texas Tiger digs with this series of hunts. Like I said, I'm cutting this series of hunts because I'm hitting some whole new areas. So I'm going to start a whole new stage, or a whole new chapter. And hopefully there'll be many more chapters ahead. I'm going to go north. I'm going to go to the west and to the east. And as soon as I get an opportunity, I'm going to south into the older parks in the central area where I live. In case it's Texas Tiger Digs, and I will see you next time. And you have a good day, and you have good hunts. And if your hunts are not perfect, have fun, because I'm having fun, and I hope that you can have fun doing this too. Because what is it? The journey is the adventure, and not the destination. I will talk to you later. You have a wonderful day.